Here we have the story of Iskri, but within that history of Iskri is the Ipswich Caribbean Association. Now, I was a young, teenager, my late teens, when I first found out about the Ipswich Caribbean Association, ICA, known as ICA. I came into this whole scenario when I was in the late 1980s, as a volunteer actually. And I was very passionate about Saturday schools, supplementary schools, and so I joined the committee. So the inspiring leaders, Del White and Charles Challenger and Harold and Alberts and so on, they paved the way. I saw them as my elders really, because they were helped to build and shape the formation of the association. And I came a lot later to want to carry that mantle on as a young adult. And so I joined the committee. People saw my skills, and Isaac Ture and a few others of us set up the youth club there, So every evening we had the young people, we wrote bids for our projects, and we had an amazing, diverse youth club for black young people, got them off the streets, got them into knowing their history and culture, and actually that led to lots of other things around raising aspirations and educational needs. So that led into a supplementary Saturday school as well. The wonderful thing about the Ipswich Caribbean Association was it was a safe place that people of diverse backgrounds could come. Culturally, you had the food that reflected your heritage. You felt safe. You felt safe. You were free from the racism that was, often many of us experienced outside in Suffolk. And it was a safe place. But what I learned was a great deal of skills as a volunteer, being on a committee, learning to be a chairperson, learning to be a note taker, getting involved in projects. So for me, I saw the karate club, and I was part of the conferences. I was part of the luncheon club where our elders sat and ate together and bust some jokes, and they reminisced about Caribbean life. And those things helped to improve health and well-being for our elders, And so for me, it was the epitome of greatness, really, that we had our own centre in Suffolk. And sadly, it's not around today, and obviously it's part of my vision that we work towards again, because the young people who were there in this picture are now grown, and we have the younger generation coming through who are experiencing many of the same issues around racism, around cultural stereotypes, around stop and search issues, disproportionately being stopped and searched in Suffolk, issues of higher levels of unemployment. So in many cases, some of the issues affecting the black community in Suffolk is still here with us. And so having a centre which embraced all cultures, actually, it was open to all. It's just that we were celebrating our heritage and culture as part of this legacy. And so for me, it was an image of intergenerational legacy building. That's what it stands for me. And it was really sad when it folded, actually. It really impacted on me to see that it's now a car park. And so for me, I continue to work with like-minded people to raise a consciousness of our community so that we can continue to build and address some of the social challenges and eradicate racism from our community. So this really is such a powerful journey that's been depicted by Dan Malone in cartoon form. And just standing here, it really resonates, because it shows a whole history of a group of people coming during the Windrush era, giving up a lot of life, giving up a lot of sacrifices to make it to the quote-unquote mother country. And the mother country, not in all situations, but for many, wasn't actually very embracing and welcoming. And they found their ways to make it work and bring forth the next generation, which is people like myself.